Damn, man. So I was watching the clip that inspired me. Do y'all need that clip for context?
Yeah.
Or do somebody got something to say?
Yeah. I think the clip provides great context to the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Shaw popped it off. He's shitting right there.
Oh, shit. Well, we lit then.
You know what I mean? I noticed when he was trying to build on his premise, CJ cut him off. You know
Always. That's what they do.
Shaw, tell him why you mad, Shaw.
I don't even want to. I want to try to keep this thing logical, and I don't want the emotions to rise. You know, it's hard for y'all to kind of stay in pocket and let's a battle of intellect. But I'll kick us off.
Niggas start shooting.
Already, they shooting at me. I ain't looking at the chat.
No, you shooting.
I'm shooting, my bad.
Hey, he doing without even knowing. See what I'm talking about?
All right, cool. Let me pipe down. My bad, fellas. I do find it interesting that it's often said when particularly Black people start talking about the effects of racism that's currently happening now, and we all know that, of course, it's not as overt as it once was, where we're not walking around getting hung in trees, even though that there are some cases of that happening in the Deep South. But the landscape of racism has changed, and anytime you get a group of Black people discussing that, it always gets reduced to the victim Olympics and these things don't exist anymore. But the manosphere, and one of their, I guess, primary tenets is discussing the issues that men have, or in some ways how they have been victims of women. And it's okay to have that conversation. So I just find it interesting that it's not okay to talk about the system that is in place, that is still in place, that is still being redesigned to keep people in control. But we can talk about how bad women are and how destructive they are to men. It's just very interesting to me. And that was my premise.
So you want me to reply right away?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to build? So, Mr. Fantastic the other day asked all you gentlemen to name an example of the last year where you experienced racism. And you know what we got? Zilch. Maybe one. Nobody can name anything. But you know what most men can name? Some disrespectful, bad behaving women. Most men experience this. So we act like, and then you said the past, it's not going on anymore. Yes, we believe racism isn't as effective or isn't as prominent as it was back then. But women behavior is getting worse. It's getting worse and worse. It's not getting better. We experiencing worse and worse behavior from these women. So that's why we do it. Well, that's why we come up here. But if you have legitimate gripes about what happened to you, racism that you have experienced, we are all ears. We're not going to shut you down and be like, no, shut up, motherfucker. But if most men, like Fantastic said, most of y'all can't even name examples of when y'all have experienced it. Y'all just come up here and it's the boogeyman. Y'all just want to complain about a fictional character that nobody could point out to and say, oh, the boogeyman is holding us back. The boogeyman is holding us back. Ain't nobody holding most Black people back but themselves. Not in it there.
Can we do the same thing that Mr. Fantastic did real quick? Can we go around the room and get an example from all the men of how a woman destroyed their life in the last year?
Yes.
Who said destroyed their life?
Oh, yeah. No, that's a big question. That once they destroyed,
let them re-ask the question. They take they take exception with the strength of the word destroyed.
Cool.
Yeah, of course we do that, don't you?
You were afflicted in some way by a woman in the last year.
Yes, I tell y'all stories about my girl, me and my girl all the time. It's not limited to me. Most men get up here and act like
we want to hear your story, CJ.
She disrespectful. I'm not gonna get too personal.
But she's still your girl, though, right?
Still your girl, right?
She is.
So how disrespectful? I know. Hey, look, you ain't no weak dude. So how disrespectful can it be if you want us to believe that you gonna put up with a certain level of disrespect? You ain't the type of guy that's gonna put up with a certain. It can't be that deep, bro.
Put my foot down. But most men aren't like me. Most men don't.
Oh, here's the real super nigga, y'all. Here's the real super nigga right here. We've been faking. That's the real one right there.
I'm one of them. Feel me? I'm one of them. Nah, I'm a regular nigga. I'm a regular nigga, regular guy. Feel me? But I have attractive traits that women like, and I'm an intelligent brother. And I don't like to tolerate disrespect. Most people You are gonna get disrespected most of the time. I mean, not most of the time. You will get disrespected every now and then. But I try to put my foot down as much as possible and tell her it's not acceptable. Feel me? And I don't know
This
why
a
y'all act
windmill?
like y'all.
This a windmill?
Oh, so now I'm windmilling. Now
I'm
I'm
not
windmilling.
sure. I'm asking. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
no, don't. Oh, no, you want to do the hand signals and now you asking. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead and you windmill. Let's hear you go ahead.
Well, what you saying? So what are you saying? CJ, you saying because your girl get disrespectful, right? You're saying that. What are you saying? You're saying that
That's what he
you've
asked
been
for. Is that what he
afflicted.
asked for? An example of us being disrespected. What was the question? He tried to say destroyed your life. That's why he made the word so strong.
Well, when the
Because
last time
he
you were
knew.
afflicted by a woman type shit?
What do you mean by afflicted?
That's what he asked. That was the question he asked.
What afflicted could mean several type of things. Afflicted
And
by
then
what? What kind of
this is just a
affliction?
yes or no question. The things that you deal with a woman, with your woman, do you bring them on yourself?
I bring them on myself. I would say a little. Like, I'll say 30%. I bring on myself.
Okay, so she's responsible for the 70%, just her.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Okay, so hey man, I'm a free man out here, right? So I've had a couple to a few situations where I had to, remove and replace a couple of females I might have had acquaintance with. That's, I guess that would be romantically, socially, and what's the name? I've had plenty of just horrible business experiences with black women.
In the
Just
last year.
overall, it's a year, brother. Nigga, I done traveled just to be around your ass. What, 3 times?
A year, brother. He heard
Yeah,
the
a year.
question.
And you
365
say that
days.
you just had a bad experience with them?
Well, yeah, that's what you're saying. I mean, for strangers. Oh shit, what happened?
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Tiny.
I think that camera know when somebody
I
telling.
I say it's a voice recognize it. If it sounds too much like something else, it'll cut off. So no, I'm saying no. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I as a paying customer, and like you said, not nothing near to a broke nigga should be getting disrespect from somebody that's in the service industry. I'll just say that. All right, if you're most of the places I shop, I know I make more money than you, hands down. Period. That's
Even
why I'm
broke
there.
people shouldn't be disrespected, even if they go to shop. What are you?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. It's
Let him
even more
finish.
so.
Let him finish.
It's even more so to when like I'm not broke. So don't treat me as such and don't talk to me as if I'm just some peon that doesn't matter. And the only people I get that from are women that look like me. I haven't experienced that from a Hispanic woman, a white woman. I haven't really dealing with too many Asian women or whatever. But the biggest issue and problem I have is a lack of respect for me, just as a customer, bro. With and I don't go nowhere acting an ass. I'm professional. I'm presentable. But yeah, that's been it, man. It's been a couple occasions here or there within a year's time. Yeah.
Did either one of them answer your question, Shot?
How did I not? I did.
Hey,
I told
wait,
you.
wait.
It's very. What's the example? Tell us what happened.
Well, no, for me, like I say, it's just like
Example,
somebody that she did something I didn't like her doing, so I left her alone. It wasn't necessarily disrespectful. It was like y'all talk. It was like some red flag shit to where she should have knew better that, you know what I mean? I don't get down like that. I don't play around like that. So I had to fucking cut her off. So I feel like if I built a rapport enough with a woman to have her around me in my circle, and she does something, I wouldn't even say necessarily flagrant, but close to flagrant, that's an affliction, brother, because you should know me well enough. And I don't sell you no dream. I'm representing you as me, and I'm being honest and truthful, and we know what it is. So when you do some shit to step out of line and get out of pocket, it's like, come on, shawty, what the fuck I look like?
What did she do?
I got example.
I ain't gonna go into details, bro.
No, because so the question is being asked based on the question you asked, and you needed specific examples.
I got one for you.
So, well,
hold on,
CJ.
Damn, no. So you, nigga, you think you want him to go so you could think?
No, it's not thinking. I'm telling you, it's like I said, man. Let me see what's up tonight this year.
And to clarify for y'all, affliction is bring pain or suffering. That's what affliction is.
Well, I ain't gonna say a bitch brought me no pain or suffering. I ain't gonna give a bitch. I give a bitch opportunity to bring me no pain, no suffering. Now, Again, brother. I'm not. I haven't been in a relationship to either. You gotta think, bro. I'm free. So I mean, I ain't saying a nigga can't be hurt, but I'm not. I ain't gotten close enough to a female for it to even be that. You feel me? So like for me, I'm not in a space really to where that counts for me. You feel me?
So I'm
But I
not going.
can't tell you, like I said, there's been females around me to where
So Miss
they broke
Fantastic,
rules.
to be fair to the question, you have to say in the past year you haven't had any.
Yeah, but it's not the same. If I'm not a black man is a black man regardless. That doesn't change. Racism, I'm going to be according to y'all subject to the same racism no matter what, no matter where I am, no matter who I am. The boogeyman white man's going to be there for me. If I'm a
That's not
man,
what they said last time though.
it
It's
is.
not, man. It's not.
Cheeky literally the breakdown they had, remember? It's like, hey, if I live in Washington, DC, or urban Atlanta, I'm not gonna have the same racial negative experiences. It's all black people.
Yeah, not as much, but it's still there. That's what they said. They said
No,
it's still there. They said it's still there, even though it's not as much in a predominantly black place. The white man still runs the system.
no,
So 'cause
that's
remember,
you.
hold on, nigga. No, see y'all try y'all. You see you fucked up. You should just let me go. See, remember when I told you?
Nobody said that though. They
No,
literally said the
No,
opposite.
yes, no, yes, you did. Because remember, I said when I made the point, and you had to give it a shot. You gave it a shot. Shot made the point of the police system, right? And I was saying, hey, you know when the bad treatment goes up even higher, the stats was a black thing. You said, well, hey, you still man this point because it's still the system that the white man created that's able to take advantage of the black man, even when black people are in control. So it's the same thing, brother. They said
No,
the same thing I'm saying.
remember it was categorical, right? So it was broken down in specific categories, and things are less likely depending on the demographic. That was
Yeah.
definitely said. You agree that was said, or do I need to play it?
What?
That
The categorical, yeah, no, we agreed to that. When Beans, I remember Beans made that argument, and Beans said it was multifaceted. I made the point that it's multifaceted and things are different, so on and so forth. And Beans, he compounded on that, and then we agreed to that. Yeah, I agree to that. It's levels to everything. But what I'm saying to you is, you can't hold me to the same level because I'm not in a serious relationship. Okay, I can do whatever the fuck I want, and like I said, I'm making all the calls and the shots. And if I'm not letting the bitch get close enough to hurt me, I can't be hurt, brother. She can just be replaced.
okay?
I know it's hard to hear.
that's
I
the
hope I
whole
don't.
premise. Yes.
Listen,
Hold on. That's like I got
hey,
your back, brother.
this
Don't.
BABG shit got its perks, baby. You feel me?
The premise is women get you to care before they start implementing most of this shit. First of all, feel me. Second of all, I got examples of just women acting in bad behaviors. I was at the casino. I asked these two young ladies for their ID. They gave me all kind of lip and neck rolls, and why are you doing that? Why are you doing so much? That's one example. And then another example, I was at the strip club when I used to work at the strip club. I told the girls, hey, no pictures, ladies. They start giving me a whole bunch of lip. And then they niggas start tripping. Because you know how niggas get when they around their women. So that's the examples I got. But I'm not giving y'all no personal examples of my relationship. Fuck y'all niggas.
That's a cop.
You know, cop.
What's the
I tell
cop?
you about my relationship all the time, feel me? My girl be acting.
But see, here's a
I'm not
problem.
giving y'all no
Y'all tell us about the relationship all the time, but now when it's asking about specific example where black women give you so much grief, now you want to be
They
private.
are ungrateful. Y'all
No.
women are ungrateful, just like
Well, no,
Mars.
I
I
told
took
you,
my
like you
girl
said.
out to
So no,
eat,
we
and she
gonna
was sitting
hold on,
there
CJ, just real
ungrateful.
quick. CJ, just real quick. So no, like I said, we're talking multifaceted, right? So I'm talking, you talking intimate or personal, and then you're talking business and professional. I gave you the details of the business and professional. Even Hamp, you're not even gonna tell us, you know what I mean, all of your personal, brother. I'm just saying, and that's a part of keeping it P, brother. Come on now. I can't tell you any everything that a little bitch did, you know what I'm saying, to fuck up or so on and so forth,
We
because
don't know.
hey, she
But
might
what
be able
if
to get back in. You feel me? If she get, you should get it back in my good graces. You feel me? So again, I don't want to, put out there too much. I'm just throwing little hints for her to know and breadcrumbs so that, hey, baby, don't do that again. You know what I'm saying? You on punishment, you on the bench, and you might can get back on the roster if you act right.
I got another example. Hold on. Last year, my boy Tay, I think that's his name. He was on the panel. He was called the sucker. If you see a sucker, lick it. He reciprocated the same energy that was given to him. He said, if you see a sucker, lick it. You know what happened? Don't my ears about to get hot. Don't talk about my husband. Like, so we all seen it. We all, that's a personal example for my boy Shy. Thank you. Now what y'all got to say?
It sound like your girl be putting belt to ass in that crib, my nigga. I ain't gonna
That wasn't me, motherfucker. I was talking
no,
about online.
I'm talking about your examples in
Sean.
general. My nigga sound like she be spanking shit in that motherfucker,
Let me give
nigga.
you no personal example, motherfucker.
Pop
I
the nigga
said my
upside the back of
examples
the
was
head
fucking.
type shit, nigga. Like, go watch
Shut
them
your ass
pussy,
up,
nigga.
Sean. You get on my fucking nerves, motherfucker.
Yo, but
Well,
my
it was a
thing,
personal example, Ham. So address what I just gave you.
no,
Let's see you address that.
nobody
These
got to
examples,
address. Go ahead,
these
Sean.
examples are weak as fuck. Like, and I mean, as
I wasn't
respectfully,
weak. I
like
wasn't weak.
what I mean by like to use these examples to, I guess, justify the way these conversations are had in regards to what women need to do to improve are very weak examples, bro. You're talking about like basic, just like decorum,
You know what's
Oh,
even
let
weaker.
him finish. Let him
Sorry,
finish.
sorry.
basic decorum that most people probably struggle with. That's the whole premise for why this entire thing that's been going on for a couple of years is necessary. And those are weak examples, bro.
And you know what's even weaker? The example of the racism they gave the other day. Might fucking drop, man. Y'all niggas is
Yeah, but
wild.
you
Y'all had
said
no examples of
no.
racism the
You
other day, but when it gets
what you
to our
did,
niggas
CJ,
about our
was you
examples.
you admitted that what you said was weak,
It wasn't.
right? Because if you're likening it to the racism examples and you said they're weak, you're literally admitting
I
that
said
what
it
you
was
just presented was weak.
I said it was weaker. I could be strong and something be weaker than me.
No,
Just because
you
I said
said
something is weaker, I don't mean I'm not strong. That just means you're weaker than
no.
me.
You say you know what was also weak. The examples about
I didn't say
racism.
that. I said you know it was weaker.
But I mean, here's the thing: you ain't really trying to converse. That's what it's boiling down to, right?
I am
But I think
conversing.
here's the premise that was painted, right? Is the fact that you don't really have no good tangible examples, and you just going off of some shit that really seemed slightly dishonest,
I
you
gave
know.
you 3
So as an
tangible.
example, now let go ahead. So as an example, right? People come in a place without an ID. White, black, brown, they trying to sneak in. They give you a hard time about showing their ID. That shit's regular shit for young people doing dumb shit, right? Mr. Fantastic was trying to say every time he go to Walmart to get 12 in a pack socks, which I don't know why he's still wearing 12 in a pack socks, but that's beside the point. He's saying he don't like the customer service.
Well,
So
for
you
one,
gonna try to
I didn't
minimize our
mention
examples, I
Walmart.
guess.
Hold on, I didn't mention Walmart or socks, brother.
Oh,
But
that was me. Sorry, I added that.
if I have to deal with a person in customer
Do you
service,
wear 12 in a pack socks?
no, I don't. All of my socks are Nike socks, brother. You've seen them for the most part.
Oh,
I got a
in the
couple of
pack
polo
socks.
socks too. I do rock some polo socks every now and again, but most of my socks are like Nike socks. But
Don't try to
anyway,
minimize our
and
examples,
they
Ham.
don't
That's what
sell
you
those.
try
They
to
don't
do.
sell those at Walmart,
That.
to my knowledge.
They was great
So,
examples.
but anyway, so this is what I'm saying, bro. Y'all are trying to dismiss when we tell you, right? Okay, so I will ask you this, Hamp. Well, this will be the inverse question. Ask me how many white women or non-black women I've had an issue with over the last year. Ask me.
Well, I just had to cuss a white woman out at the airport.
Okay.
You just don't like white people.
Is this a
Yeah,
is this
was that
How?
because was she being unprofessional, disrespectful, or is
Yeah.
her bias
She
toward,
sucked her teeth.
she what?
She sucked her teeth.
At you?
So I was trying to get a candy apple, right? And she's
Uh-huh.
like, "You want me to cut it?"
This
I'm
nigga
like,
get on
"No,
my
don't cut it.
nerves, man.
Don't cut it." And she started cutting. I said, "Don't cut it." She's like, "Oh, what the fuck you blowing your breath for?"
So she was trying to go over and beyond.
No, I
And
didn't
then
want it cut because I wasn't eating it right then. It was for to get home for the kids. Once you cut it, you know how Apple do it.
go
Get
right.
stiff.
Oxidized. Yeah, it's all oxidizing, getting brown. Yeah.
She blow her breath. I said, "The fuck you blowing your breath for?"
But I'm not
Did
saying
she,
I'm taking.
did she apologize?
I wasn't listening after that. I just said, give me the regular apple. Hurry up. I gave her $2, 20% tip, whatever it was.
Let me tell
But
you.
don't blow your white breath over my apple.
I agree though. White
She
women
gave.
don't just.
So even though you're not gonna tell us, I'm gonna tell you this what happened. She fucked up, and that was horrible customer service for responding in that way. But she gave you a new apple. She probably apologized profusely, okay, and then you went on your way.
No, she ain't apologized profusely. I don't even know what language she spoke.
So how she white? Confused.
She was white. She was one of them Eastern European, them things.
Okay, so you think she called you nigga in a foreign language, or I saw you, sir. I saw the.
Yeah, she said something like, Don't fucking listen. Ring up the regular next Apple so I can get out of here. I still hit the little, the little tip thing, the dollar.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I'm definitely not tipping. For one, I don't tip people unless it's actual service. I'm not. I'm that's
I always just do it. Like I just hit the
nah,
dollar. Like,
0%, bitch. If I ain't sit down somewhere, I'm not giving you no tip. The motherfucking thing.
oh, so you the problem?
You talking about? Ain't no motherfucking hey, bro.
This
Ain't no
nigga get on my
goddamn
nerves,
tip
man.
at Dillard's or Macy's or fucking what designer store did I go to down there? Fucking what Gucci?
Uh-huh.
Ain't no motherfucking what we was in Atlanta. What's the joint called in Phipps? Bloomingdale's, all that shit. Ain't no motherfucking tip there. Ain't no option, brother.
They 100% commission. So
Exactly. So yeah, and most of them niggas gay. Most of them brother fuckers. The niggas.
why
What
you
they got to
went
do
there?
with what they got to do with
Oh,
anything?
you know it.
Why
I'm not
you
tipping
say-
him.
Why you said that though? Why
I
you
don't
said
even-
that?
You ain't
don't
doing
even
shit
help
to
me,
do with
brother.
my nigga.
Get away from me, Tyrone. I'm good. You need some help? No, brother. I'm good, brother.
to do with anything.
Hey, look, you see, this is the
Find
crazy shit
everything all right?
Fantastic just
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
This-
brother. I'm good. I got
This
it.
is what he just did. He made it the black woman versus other women conversation versus women in general
That's
versus
what I was thinking.
racism conversation. This
That's what I
nigga's crafty, man. You gotta watch this nigga, man. Pause.
Crafty, brother. I'm making. Brother. I am presenting. I am countering the argument as presented to me. Okay, and trying to give equal and balanced comparison. I'm simply saying racism is something that you guys say exists no matter wherever you go in the world. Wherever, well, not the world, but the country, rather, right? Wherever the black man goes in this country, the big bad racism boogeyman is over your shoulder, keeping his foot on your neck and his knee in your back, so you can't motherfucking elevate. So
Nah,
you
we
can't.
ain't transitioning yet. Let it be known. Y'all didn't give no
Yes, we
real
did.
examples for real.
I
we
can't
Because
did.
even real shit, even after like all that, like what y'all trying to say,
What was the
it don't
question?
sound like it's that bad. That's how.
Wait.
So every time, wait. So every time we, just like last week when a racism example was given, like niggas like, that's it. That's not that. So at what point, who get to set the bar?
Can I say something? Y'all never really asked the real question. Hold on, Fantastic.
Remember.
Hold on.
Go ahead. My bad, CJ. Go ahead, brother.
He asked us, what is something destructive a woman, what destroy our lives? That was the first question. We had to re-ask the question to what's an affliction a black woman caused, a pain or suffering a black woman caused upon you. So wait, so
Oh,
men
you know
don't
what?
get
Go
up
ahead.
here.
I can give you one for sure. Hey, listen, O'Shea, I can give you one that's written. I don't mind sharing this one because it involved my bitch ass baby mama, right? So my daughter went to college. My kids are grown. My last child support payment was what? They turned 18 in 23, right? My kids turned 18 in 2023, right? So my last child support payment been over a year and a half ago. A whole semester into college, like my daughter's there. My daughter hits me up and she wants what they call it, HAMP? What's the it's a Timu list or some shit, right? I don't know
Oh
nothing
yeah,
about
yeah.
Timu.
Like one of like the crate, her cart,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
pay for the
cart.
cart.
There we go. Yeah, cart.
Yeah,
She wanted a cart. Thank you, HAMP. She wanted
they
a
all
cart.
do that shit.
She wanted a cart. So I'm like, okay, a cart. Whatever it is, let me know, and I'll get it for you. HAMP, the cart is $500 fucking dollars.
Mhm.
She tells me the day that she wants it, and I'm like, hold on, baby. Daddy, he budgets his shit now because my what I'm saying, the way all my shit set up, baby. You can't just drop $500 on me, and I just give you $500 worth of shit just out the blue, baby. Just give me a little minute. No, that wasn't good enough. So she go call herself, telling her mama on me. Do you know this bitch fucking told me, Shad, she gonna fucking put me back on child support? Even when they in college and all this other shit and la. That was a real affliction, brother, but it really wasn't because the bitch don't know nothing. She don't know no better. Florida don't do that, for one. And then for two, all they shit paid for literally by me and my benefits. So it would be no point in me paying child support in the first place. So this is a woman that I had a relationship with, had children with, and at this point, 19 fucking years later, she's still trying to have command over my fucking life and tell me what to fucking do and think she can talk to me like she motherfucking crazy. So that's a personal one, brother, that I can give you. And as an actual,
good example.
everyone would agree to be an affliction, brother.
And last when Fantastic asked the question, there was about 4 to 5 gentlemen that disagreed with his premise, that couldn't answer his question about racism. Y'all questioning the two of us, like we supposed to give y'all a million examples. We gave y'all decent examples that y'all don't want to take, that y'all don't want to use, pause or whatever. And now y'all trying to question us. I think this is bias and unfair treatment.
Sean, you want to go? Then I go after you. That's how you.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick. Look, I know some people say, "Where's the affliction?" And what Fantastic said, the affliction is that's some unfair shit. You try to hold a hostage and control their behavior with that shit. That shit ain't fair, especially when he's an attentive parent in general. So we got to be fair in this conversation. That shit ain't
Thank
fair.
you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
Like, we gonna be fair regardless. You know what I'm saying?
That was a way better example than the first one he gave for sure.
Hey, shut up, motherfucker. No, I'm just playing.
God damn, you good, bro?
Go ahead.
I want to make sure we done with this part before I go to kind of the next thing I was thinking about, because I kind of prepared for this one when I saw what the title was.
Well, I just want to say first and foremost, right? This is the point when we talk about racism and the big bad white man and all this other shit, right? It's not as traumatizing as what you guys painted. It sounds very similar to the plight in terms of racism as you tend to see it, right? The issue with women ain't nothing new under the sun. That sound like some pretty standard shit, and it wasn't even the women that you actually dealing with. It was just some outside women that have no attachment or no reason to submit to you that have an attitude, right? And so if you talk about the couple black women that you mentioned, I could give you 3 white women. I got them in my head right now. So I'm just simply saying it sounds pretty regular. It don't sound like overt.
I kind of agree with that, but I'm not giving personal examples in my life to make your argument or make my argument right now. Like, I'll give y'all examples of women that I don't know, or I'll give y'all my sisters, but not me and my girl relationship is gonna stay. I'll give y'all a little bit. I'm not giving y'all my whole life so y'all can try to use it against me. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, well, no, fine. Whatever you're gonna do is what you do. But based on what you did, the point wasn't proven to where it's valid to complain about women, but not complain about racism. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
They had no examples of the racism though.
It was 2.
Or very few. It was, what was it?
Yeah, because podcast gave a really good example, which is what I want to kind of talk about. About next. And because I want to kind of walk down the road a little bit where I understand folks' lack of understanding about systematic racism and how I say post-integration, one of the byproducts of that was us justifying the same system that at one time we were clearly, it was unlawful for us to engage. And once we thought we got a piece of it, we started justifying the same system that was not only subjugating black people, but also subjugating poor white people. So that's when you start seeing people saying stuff like, well, how's the racism when you got a home? Like, how's the racism? Like, you're not getting whooped no more, so racism is ended as if the system is changed. And that was kind of the premise of that little podcast when he talked about like the home situation where like corporations are buying up all the homes. And it's clear to me from hearing some of the response, I think Trigger Mike was on there and Mr. Fantastic too, both of them in unison said it's business because y'all don't expect morality from the system. So it's business. It shouldn't be moral. People don't deserve adequate housing. If the business says everybody in the zip code who can't afford it should be homeless or figure something else out, that's okay with y'all because it's business. Go ahead.
Now, brother, you said a key word now.
What's that?
Deserve.
I know. Trust me, I'm gonna bring it on home. I'm gonna bring it home. Yeah, you're right.
Like, remember what y'all told niggas? Y'all said niggas don't deserve no women. Niggas don't deserve no pussy, right?
But nobody. Oh, I didn't say that. I asked the question: do guys think they deserve a relationship?
Well, now I'm not saying you, but people resoundingly said that men do not deserve a woman. Resoundingly. So if we and I accepted that premise. You're right. I'm not gonna tell a woman that she has to accept any man, be he low value, high value, short, tall, fat, skinny, whatever. Right. So if that's the thing, you don't have an argument because that's already been said on the other side.
What's your pushback to what I said about justifying the system, how it operates? Because it's business.
Well, again, it is, and niggas say that business is business. That's literally something.
So you agree with me?
Standing on business, right? Remember, that's some shit we said a long time ago, and the young people made this shit more popular, right? Standing on business, right? So again, it's cool and fine as long as we internalize it, and it's how we get down. Hey, man, you know, it is what it is. That's the same thing as business is business. We have plenty of colloquialisms that we operate on as a group on an everyday basis, be it person to person, be it professional, be it whatever. Hey, man, that's how the game go. So if you're gonna count it as that way, you can't get mad when the white folks, the Asian folks, the Arab folks, or whoever does it. Business is just that. There's no emotion in business. Business is all about making money. What the fucking big what the big say? Keep money in your business and family completely separated, right? Money and two bitches don't mix like two, you know what I mean? Money and blood don't mix like two bitches and no dick. Find yourself in serious shit, right?
Big was wrong though.
Big's wasn't wrong at all.
Big was wrong because you have to. You would then. Well, see, Biggie probably didn't understand nepotism, right? And so nepotism is super influential, and that's how most people get on high because they know somebody or they have an affinity for somebody that looks like them. So nepotism is one thing we don't have because we're just now getting particular positions, and so you'll see a change. Go ahead.
No. That's all. We've always had nepotism. It's just the fact of the matter.
I'm saying to be able to leverage it, right? So they always hiring a family and this, that, and the third. Like when they first allocated the police station to the Irish, as an example, it's all Irish motherfuckers in there. You see?
I got you. But that's what I'm saying. So this is when this gonna be kind of fucked up, but it's the fact of the matter. The truth of the matter is, bro, if you can't build no time machine, we can't change that. Y'all keep going back to a point of where it's the origin and whatever. I understand that. I'm not discounting that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that didn't happen. But what I'm saying is you can't change it. The only thing you can do once something is set in the way which is set, like HAMP, football, everything in football makes sense, right? If the refs on bullshit and the refs motherfucking calling the game fucked up, what do you have to do as players? You have to adjust to the way that the fucking refs are calling the game.
Can I stop you? Perfect. Thank you for that. So this is the rest of the logic I was trying to make, right? So all of us, particularly black people, men and women, are growing up, we are all experiencing the same system that lacks morale. It's about business, right? So we all are in some ways byproducts of what I'm talking about. And I'm saying, can it be argued that some of the behavior that we see that men are saying women exude that we don't like? That's part of this. That's business. It's business. Women are not adopting a family idea no more because in their minds, from what they've been told, it's fool's gold. At the end of the pot, you end up in a lack. So instead of chasing family and children, I'm chasing money because at some point I'm about to do it alone anyway.
So wait, Shot. So you comparing relationships?
Wait before you. I just want to make sure you respond to what I'm saying. I'm saying the logic. I'm saying the logic that we use to have these conversations.
Take the mic back, brother. I was responding to what you were saying.
Go ahead.
So you're comparing relationships to business. So men should move like this is a business and not like they care about these women and not like we love these women. We should move like this is a business, right?
I'm speaking particularly to the criticism of what they do. I'm saying that we can't, because let's go back to the premise of the conversation. We can talk about women, but we can't talk about racism. And I'm saying we can justify.
We could talk about racism, brother. Sorry.
Well, see that's a different show. That's a different show.
He's right. No. I get what you're saying. No, stick on that premise. Let's not change it. The show is you can talk about women, you can't talk about racism. So no, we can't talk about racism. This is the reason why. So Chad, this is what I tell you, right? Ashad, I would get the pronunciation. My bad, bro. Listen, what I'm saying, bro. The problem is this, right? Racism is the problem with black people and racism is black people act like racism is exclusive to us and us only. I said it the last time.
Classism we all experience, but racism is excluded to mostly minorities going to deal with racism more than classism.
Oh, no, that's what I'm telling you. So that's what I'm saying. That's my pushback to what you're saying, because there are classes of people and races of people that have been able to transcend racism because again, you own a certain percentage or a certain amount of something important. Asians are not fucking subject to the amount of fucking racism that black people are, because Asians have a certain amount of fucking money they make and they command their communities within a way as to where they control their communities, even especially in I think it's like Seattle, the Portland area, and some places in California. Those Asian ran places, they elect Asian officials, they make rules and laws that they're things. I think even up in Washington, we got mighty in Washington. What's the name? They Washington had even practiced what do you call it? Affirmative action. They voted against it for quite some time. They didn't even have it there because it was so set up, and the system they had it so perfectly made, and the laws made contrary to their culture and their people. They didn't need it. So what I'm telling you is, Black people have the opportunity to do the same thing that Asians, who only make up 5% of the population, and we already have examples like Cheeky said. Atlanta is a major city and predominantly Black. Atlanta's had a Black mayor. I don't know for how long. I know the last one was the lady. I can't think of what her name was, but most of the people at the top of Atlanta are Black. Yet and still, Black people not getting the most money. That's a Black issue. That's our fault. You have the blueprint of Jews. You have the blueprint of Asians. You have the blueprint of Italians. You have the Arabs, Indians. You have all these blueprints, but instead of us pulling the best of the best from these different people and implement them, we sit back and say, the white man won't let me. The white man won't let me do it. No,
can I address it real quick, shot?
Hold on, I'm almost done, CJ. No, it's not that. Niggas refuse to do what other people do that works, and then sit back and complain the white man. Well, you have the same rights. You can't tell me one right that an Asian has, an Arab has, or any other foreign person has that's been here less time than us, to where English is their second or who knows whatever language. They had to adapt to this culture. They weren't born here, and yet and still they're outperforming us, outproducing us, and just explain it.
Are they just outproducing us, or are they outproducing everybody in the United States?
Everybody. But
thank you, Sean. Sean, even the white people. So listen, Sean, you kind of helping my point, brother. I don't know if you
really though. I want to make my point. Not really.
You know, it really is. If hold on. So listen, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. How do you let people, a group of people that's smaller, hadn't even been here, come here and again outperform you? They're making more money.
Do you think they had the same disadvantages that we had in this country, or the same setbacks? Yes. Are they working from a deficit as we are? Do you think that the focal point of right structural racism and discrimination, they have felt that to the degree that we have?
Yes.
Y'all are bugging. Y'all are absolutely
not bugging. And I can give you examples. Somebody got it's like the what's name in the back. Somebody mute up real quick.
I think that it's
me.
Yeah, you turn your gain up again too high. Or yo, what's the name? Either way, it's good. So there you go. We good.
Nah, I came back.
Where it was. Anyway, so y'all forget Asians, Chinese specifically, and Japanese people were put in internment camps in this country, bro. That's why you had to pay them reparations. Okay, they had to actually be paid reparations because during World War II, right, the attack on motherfucking Pearl Harbor and shit, the Japanese people were pretty much locked down and hey, locked the fuck up. Before that, the Chinese people, the same thing happened to them, right? And then when you get to the more modern people, Indians and shit, they didn't experience that. But even once 9/11 happened, the Arabs had a whole bunch of. Now, please don't tell me that a motherfucking Arab could walk around here and do anything in 2001, brother, after September 11th. And to the point of where like they couldn't go outside.
Get a rebuttal, bro.
Yeah, shit still trying.
Even you saying that they got reparations. Even that you saying they got reparations bolsters the point that they got an advantage that we didn't get. They have an allowance that we didn't get. If you think about what you just said,
we got all kind of stuff. We got DEI.
And not only that,
specifically said reparations.
Yeah, but Sean, remember the reason for it. So that's the difference. So I'm not saying I know you guys are aware, but a lot of people aren't aware. Sean, because the atrocities that happen to us from our own, within our own and our own, we've always been here. This is our home. It's going to be hard for you to make the case and take that to the world fucking convention or whatever, the world courts, right? And get what's name. When America had to pay the Chinese people and the Japanese people, that was a world court decision. Hey, bro, you can't do this shit. Those people, like you said, the original people that were here, because Japanese people weren't originally here, Chinese people weren't originally here. So when you offend those people that come from and migrate from a home opposing country, they can motherfucking petition their embassy and their country to go to the world court to fight for them, right? So hey, man,
you know what's so crazy though? I literally said just popped up here, and that's literally what he was saying last week about the fact that they have countries backing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's in the worst case scenario. We're talking specifically to what we were talking about for the reparations. Now, HAMP is that if that's only if you do something against those people that's illegal on the world stage. If war pops off today with China, right, and we put all the Chinese people in fucking what's that, it's gonna happen again because it's against the law. It's against the Geneva Conventions. It's against something that the globe, for the most part, has agreed to abide by. So if you do that and you violate those laws, that's a legal matter, not a racial matter. You feel me?
But
so
yeah,
you're violating world code.
But what's being illustrated is you're saying that there are afforded protections. Sean's question is, that's the disparity.
How many?
But that's what I'm. But you still. So them still getting here doesn't say they haven't experienced the same level of racism that we experienced though.
Hold on, let me ask you a straight up question. It's a yes or no, not to pigeonhole you because it should be. Are you saying, and then Shy, you could go. Are you saying that sorry.
Yeah, please.
The
Asians.
My bad. Experience the same racial oppression and atrocities as us?
No, that's not what I said. No, I didn't say that.
Okay, all right.
That was my statement, though.
That's
what it sounded like.
It almost hurt my heart, Shy.
That they have not.
God damn, boy!
Wow. I wasn't thinking you were saying it's like slavery and stuff like that. You're saying.
Damn.